In any case, guys, let's hop into the roadmap news. So I'm not gonna lie, guys, I did read through the roadmap, and the reason why I read through the roadmap, I didn't watch the video. I didn't read through every single detail. I did skim it. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I can't really act here, and I know a lot of you guys would probably anticipate me being pretty annoyed about the raid release, which, you know, in all fairness, I would have liked the raid to be sooner. And I know there's not any direct news about advanced honing, but I don't think that's ever something that they would even disclose in there, because that's just they never disclose honing nerfs on a roadmap. They just, you guys know, historically they've never done that. I'm gonna be real, guys. I don't really think, it's just an opinion, I don't really think it's that bad. I'm gonna be real. When I look through everything, is it super exciting? No. But when I read through it, I was like, no, I'm being honest. Guys, I've been shitting on it for a while. You're saying Amazon, like, when I shit on the game, it's like I'm a doomer. That's not, whatever. Like, you don't have to agree with me. Like, that, I agree that it's going to be kind of boring. But like, when I actually look through it, no, I agree that there is no, I'm really not trying to. I don't give a fuck if you guys, like, we don't agree. I really don't. I'm just telling you how I honestly feel. But when I looked at it, we'll watch the video. So I looked at April. There's 2 progression events, which, I don't know. I don't even need these. Like, this is just me being on. I don't need any of these. I'm not going to probably even use them. I don't need any of these. And there's the balance patch, and some, which is good for my sharpshooter and a few other classes. There's an arc pass, and then there's some, you know, QoL stuff. Again, if there was, with the exclusion of the advanced honing thing, I'll talk about that when we watch the video. I just want to see what they have to say. I agree with that for sure. Absolutely. Then May, Remiria, and the new content. Okay, like, sure, you know, May is like a little bit slow, but there's like a new continent, and then at the end of the month, it's just the new raid. You know what I mean? And then I saw something at the very end. First of all, I saw this, and I'm like, holy shit, please, God, like, what are we doing? I hope this is not terrible. And then I saw this. They gave a code. I have no idea what this is, which is kind of dope. They've never done that before. And then they literally leak that there's a summer is heating up while Mortem will be massive challenge. There's even more on the horizon. How about something with a big sword and a holy aura? When we reveal the next roadmap, you'll get a sneak peek at some of the exciting updates we've been working on. We've been listening closely to your feedback. I think this has to do with more game replayability in our version, by the way. That's my prediction. So I don't know, like female Paladin on the roadmap. There's probably some other changes. They're giving out a gift, 2 progression updates, which I didn't even expect to get. It's really just like a little slow, but then summer is going to be lit because you have the raid, you have low on, you have female Paladin, and there's probably going to be an actual Hyper Express event for the summer and some other exciting stuff they've been working on. Is it really that bad? I don't think it's that bad. I just think it's a little slow. I agree. Like, I'm not, like, of all people, guys, I want the new raid sooner, but it just means that you just don't play the game for a little bit, which I stream the game. Like, I feel like it would be in my best interest to not even say that, but I feel like I don't think it's that bad. I just don't. It's bad for me. This is bad for me. This is bad for me. And I'm still saying, to me, it's not that bad. I 100% think this should have been fucking way sooner. I've been saying this for a long time, but yeah. I don't know. I agree. I literally agree that the raid should be sooner. I absolutely agree. But I don't think it's that bad of a roadmap. I just don't. Maybe it feels super, but like, I'm just going to play other games or Maple, or just like casually fucking do my stuff, play the event. It's literally a balance patch. And then May with a new zone into the prelude into the raid. Like, this month, we're getting a balance patch and 2 events. Okay, next month we're getting the zone into the quest chain into the new raid, and then Loa on female Paladin summer event. I mean, it's not even that bad. I feel like we've had way worse shit than this. I get it. Like, I totally get being bored, but now that we're in April, I don't even, like, this will definitely be nice for a lot of people that probably need it. They probably do. This is a balance patch too, which is definitely needed. I really think advanced honing should be in here, and I'll comment on that in a bit, or at least here. It should either be in these 2. Specifically, I think it should be here, and I'll explain why in a bit. And then it's just raid times, low on, female Paladin, bunch of Jews, summer event. I don't know. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. Remiria is pretty huge. I mean, yeah, it's nice, but I think it feels only bad because the update slipped at the end of the... I agree. I agree that this is too late. But you are overestimating the hype for the new class. Female Paladin? I don't think I'm overestimating anything. I think a lot of people are excited to play a new class. I don't think that's an overestimation. I think a lot of people want to play it. I think there's a bunch of other things. People can make other classes, other things. I don't think it's overestimation. I think a lot of people are excited about that. I think you're overestimating moving this raid 3 weeks sooner. That's the truth. They move this raid 3 weeks sooner, and then new class is not content though. That is just fucking the dumbest take in the universe. I'll be honest with you. I know you think that and people say that online. New class is literally content, bro. Like that, it just that's the whole game, bro. Balance patch in this game is content. It's just the reality, and classes are. Video guys, they release new expansions, new class, new characters and fighting games, that's content. What are we saying? That is the content. You play through the game on a new perspective. That's the replayability. I agree with that, Halkin, in general. I don't like the act of like raising a new class, but new classes are content for people to experience, man. Of course it is. Yeah, it's true with BDO as well. I agree though. Again, I just want to make this very clear. I think it's been super clear that I've thought that this raid should come out like end of this month or here. I think like mid-May would have been totally fine. I think pushing it off a few weeks is just boring, but I don't know. I don't think it changes. If we did it mid-May, does it really change that much? It could be mid-May. I'm just saying, does it really change that much? It's just going to be more boring for a couple weeks. I don't know. I don't think it fixes any underlying like things that they should change in the game. You know what I mean? I would give this a just average, right? I'm not like, yo, this is so sick, but I read it. I was like, okay. Wait, what's the gift? Okay, let's just watch the video. Here we go. Wait, do we have the emote, by the way? Oh, you do have it. War H. Yeah, that's fucking... Yeah, the War H emote is crazy, by the way. Yesterday when I was watching that, we were watching that thing, I'm like, bro, it looks like Matt has been to war, bro.
We're here today with the next piece of the 2025 Lost Ark.
Should I cover Henry's...
It's going to be a couple of exciting months here in Arcadia. As always, remember that Lost Ark is a live service game, which means things are always open to shifting and changing, but we're super excited to share a look at some of the next new pieces of content and give you a look at our plans for the next couple of months.
All right, up first, let's talk about April.
I feel like the shitty, I'll say this, you know, on some Doom shit, I will say that, like, I wish there was just more flexibility for them to shift stuff around. I feel like sometimes they just can't. Like, you know, I don't know. Like, right? Like, I think ultimately, I would love to have woke up today and then for them to be like, yeah, we moved the raid because we know that, like, the sentiment is that people want us to move it a little bit sooner. Like, that would be way doper, right? Like, why does it have to be that date? Because RU is also getting that date, right? That I get, for me, I feel like, why can't they do that? You know, there was something I thought about today. Like, I remember when Rock said a thing that, oh, if we need to adjust the item level so it's a little bit easier, we'll do that. Or remember that? You guys remember that shit before Aegir came out? Like, oh, if we need to adjust the item level so it's easier to reach, we'll do. I don't know if you guys remember that shit. And then I was like, oh, that's dope. And then a lot of people thought that they would move Aegir's item level forward. If you guys remember that shit. I mean, they obviously never did that. But yeah, I think ultimately, I think it'd be cooler if they just actually had more flexibility to just do things based on like player perception, which again, I don't think it's the end of the world, but it does kind of stink sometimes where they just don't have the flex. I feel like they either don't have the flexibility to move stuff or they just don't, you know?
April's going to lean in heavily on getting you ready for the next Kazros raid. Spoilers, more on that a little bit later in the video. We're going to have multiple progression events kicking off for you in the month of April. We're going to have the Storm the Abyss event and the Road to Act 3 event. Both of these are going to help ensure that you're geared up for the raid ahead and are going to provide a ton of materials for character progression and, you know, all the different systems within Lost Ark. We'll have a bit more information on that in the April release notes when those events come out, but wanted to let you know that those are on the horizon.
All right, we've talked about rebases before, and we know that these come with significant changes both to quality of life and the class balance changes. A lot of that stuff is just the updates that we get from Korea. All right, so this particular rebase is actually going to include a lot of balance changes.
Yeah, so I feel like getting the 2 progression events are really good. How many of you guys need these? Right, so that's not that's not a bad thing, right? This is a good thing. I mean, how many of you guys expected to get these? I feel like it's still something good. 2 events. Now, how good are they going to be? I mean, I don't know. What I'm praying is that I could at least claim it on a 1680 character, right? Like Road to Act 3. Does that mean I can use it on a 1680 character? I'm hoping. Here's the other thing I was going to say though, right? So the advanced honing changes, I don't know if they're watching my stream. I don't know. But what I will say is I get that it came out in Korea after they got advanced honing, but I want to really emphasize that if you don't release these advanced honing changes before the raid, this feels really awkward. And the reason why is you're basically providing an event to help people reach a raid through a system that has already been nerfed by 50%. So you're giving people, hey, here you go. Here's more materials and help to reach something when there's already a nerf that exists to make that easier by essentially 50%. Does that make sense? I don't know if any of you guys are following me here. The event is great, but if you're going to end up nerfing that system literally within like a month's frame or something, then just what's the point of the event? Like you're just basically helping me get through something that you're going to make easier. You guys understand that? So I'm hoping it would be great that they could make it so that at least we could use these events alongside of that, right? Alongside of those nerfs. Otherwise, why not just give the nerfs, right? Why not just make it easier, the honing changes? Why not put those in place in general if you're going to try to make it easier for people to reach the content, right? So I don't know. I think it's a really weird decision if you don't include it in. I don't even see a realistic reason why you can't include it in. I mean, it's literally a number change on like a vendor, right? Like, I don't know why that'd be so hard to pull. And I will say that like, that feels like for me, a massive step backwards when you're, you know, even with Suman Park, you're like, yo, when these big changes come through, we'll give it to you day one. And they have on some of them, right? With the Transcendence thing and the Elixir changes. Remember that was like a day one thing? Why not the advanced honing? I understand the economy is different. It happened at a different time and they nerfed the raid income, etc. But like realistically, bro, how much is it going to matter if you nerf advanced honing 1 through 20 for the econ? If anything, people will probably engage with the system more and probably burn more gold in general. Like you probably will see people spend more gold. Because if they already know that it's going to get nerfed by 50%, who the fuck is going to interact with the system anyway? Nobody is. You'd have to be the dumbest person in the universe, I mean, or impatient rather, to just then do that, right? You're either super impatient or you're just, everyone's doing that. I don't think, I would say everyone has to be an overstatement. How many people are not engaging with advanced honing on people, on their characters that haven't done it yet? I feel like everyone is doing that as an overstatement. Oh, maybe you meant holding. Maybe you meant holding their gold. Maybe you meant that. But I feel like that's probably the majority, right? If you see it, why would you touch it? Right? And so giving people an event to incentivize them to push their characters when they can do it 50% cheaper minimum, right? 50% materials and then 20% less gold is kind of weird. Now, granted, you could, depending on what this event gives you, you could just do your normal honing and then do your advanced honing afterwards, right? You could discount your normal honing and then do advanced honing instead, obviously. But yeah, I feel like with people knowing that exists, this is fantastic. Double event is great. This is great for people that like, you know, that's why I don't think it's the worst roadmap ever. I just don't, because the reality is like, I think it's pretty nice to give people, this feels like summer Lost Ark to me, where they're giving out multiple events. There's a Hyper Express. They're doing 2 events here. And then there's going to be another Hyper Express in the summertime, right? That's like 3 events back to back to back. And I think that's good for people that maybe aren't like as, you know, playing every day all the time. I think it's good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Are people actually upset about this roadmap? I mean, yeah. I mean, seldom. I think me and you probably have the same take. I don't even have to ask you. Yeah, it's kind of boring, but it's pretty good. Especially with them teasing other stuff ahead. I think this just shows how fucking spoiled we are. I don't think we're actually spoiled, bro. We put up with a lot of dog ass shit. You know what I mean? I feel like it's not fair to say that we're spoiled. We put up with a lot of bullshit, bro. Like the reality is we put up with a lot of bullshit. I think this community complains a fuckload, but I do think we put up with a lot of bullshit, right? But I don't think it's the worst roadmap ever.
All right, so this particular rebase is actually going to include a lot of balance changes. Due to time, we're going to save some of that for patch notes with Henry, but I did want to touch on a few quality of life highlights. So we're going to have gate details actually added to the raid, so you're going to be able to see rewards associated with each gate. It's going to be a nice kind of visual to be able to see gold per gate and items versus it all being lumped into one group, so that'll be really cool. We're going to have the ability to leave solo dungeons and Guardian raids Ebony Cubes without being penalized. So that's a nice update. I know I've been plagued by that.
Cool, yeah.
We're going to be able to show off the damage dealt to the shields on bosses. So you're going to be able to...
Okay, this might be the best change in the game right now. This actually might save some of my enjoyment of the game. I'm not going to lie. I know that sounds fucking crazy, but I feel like this might be the best change of the month. Okay, I just feel like no longer having to fucking hold on shields and people goblining on shields. It feels bad. Who the fuck wants to burst into a shield? It just sucks. It just feels bad. I think that's a good change.
You see that on the MVP screen, which is cool. And then in attack patterns where bosses pull or push your character, you're going to be able to use skills to actually slow that down.
That's good.
We'll have the Stronghold like button. So anyone who's big in Strongholds, I know I've been into some, you'll be able to show your love for that. So more will be included in the April patch notes with Henry.
Yeah, I'm super looking forward to those. It's always frustrating when you're like fighting Brel, especially Gate 1, and Narok has that huge shield, and you can just tell everyone's holding their damage skills for the shield to end, and you're like, the timer's ticking down, and you're like, guys, just use your skills. But now they're incentivized, I think, so that
it's actually so annoying. I don't even know why that exists in the game. I don't to be honest with you, I don't even know why that was in the game from the beginning. I mean, that simple scenario is almost, bro, like in every encounter in the game. Like every boss, like, guys, don't hold here, and then you know what I mean? It's just so weird where it's like it didn't count. And I'm so happy they're changing, because there's this, I do it too. Who the fuck wants to burst into literally absorb and then know that it doesn't count? Just sucks. Ethical gamers, yeah, but it still sucks. People care. I mean, it's true though. I don't think there's nothing wrong when you say people caring more about clearing the DPS, caring about their DPS versus clearing the raid. That just means somebody's valuing their enjoyment of playing the raid over just clearing it as fast as possible, right? And that's just a difference in values. Now, ideally, you could create a scenario where that's the understanding going in, but there's not the ability to do that, right? Which is why I'm like, yo, there should be the ability to re-enter raids for fun and no rewards. But there's not, right? There's not. And I'm sure there's going to be some person on Reddit that's going to find a way to misconstrue what I'm saying and try to make this thing stupid. But there should be, right? I get it. You want to get out of your homework as fast as possible. But what about my own personal enjoyment of playing the game? You're basically, the way the game is constructed is that doesn't matter. What does matter is getting out of this raid as fast as possible for everyone else. And that's it. That's your fun for the week. You know what I mean? So I'm really hoping that on this roadmap, and this is something I've talked to them about for sure, and I know that they're aware of it, I'm hoping that this is what this line means, guys. I'm hoping this is what this line means, okay? It's just the ability for the West to re-enter raids for... Then, dude, then I totally get it. It's people's homework. You want to get the fuck out of there? Great. But I'm hoping for unnerfed content that you can re-enter. I think it's the easiest thing to add into the game. It's not difficult to implement. It's free resources. I don't think it's hard for them to do. And just play, and just practice, play, etc. Only people that have already cleared too. It doesn't matter if people haven't already cleared as long as it gives no rewards, right? The reality is, as long as it gives no rewards, it doesn't matter. If it gives nothing, there should just be, then ban busing on the level of RMT. I mean, I just literally said it 7 times, right? So at that point, I'm not going to repeat myself. If I have to repeat myself again for the 50th time about what this, I explained it. It doesn't give rewards. Nobody gets rewards from completing it. You get nothing. It's just for fun, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I shouldn't have to explain this every single fucking time, but it is what it is. If they did, I would practice the shit out of a kid now. Yeah, because you'd get the ability to play. It's not because it cuts the busters from farming over and over again, if only people that have cleared. Guys, what the fuck?
In addition to all that, April is also going to bring the Roses and Frost Arc Pass.
I actually really like this skin on the right a lot. I feel like this is a great skin if I played like some kind of female character with I don't know. I do like the one on the right a lot. Looks good. It's a mixture of what we've seen, but I do like it a lot.
So this Arc Pass is going to have all the usual items across the paid and free tracks. You'll get more progression materials. Una's
the one on the
tickets,
bottom right is looking good too.
So just another thing that's going to be running during April to make sure you're getting all of the things you need to gear up. Obviously, too, the paid version is going to have those skin sets to unlock, a pet, a mount. So, something for everything, including our fashion arc enjoyers.
With that, let's launch into May. One of the big focuses of May is going to be the new continent, Rhymeria. Heroes of Arcasia will be able to make their way to Rhymeria, homeland of the Yaws, also known as the land that guards the dawn. Long ago, this beautiful land endured a tragedy, a catastrophe where many ancestors had to sacrifice themselves to seal a massive rift. The 4 Yaws who led the...
I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm so ready to get out of this fucking doomer-ass dark town. I feel like that place fucking sucks. I know this is the new city, but I fucking hate this place. What is it called? El Need? I need to get the fuck out of there. I'm so tired of that place. It's just... It honestly just represents everything about Tier 4 that I hate. It's just fucking doom. I hate that shit, bro. I cannot wait to leave El Need. I know I don't have to be there. That's why I hate, everyone always asks me, why do you go to El Gacia? I don't like going to fucking, do you like it? I don't like going there because it just gives me bad vibes. You know what I mean? I don't really fuck with that place. And then El Gacia at least is just kind of it just feels good. The music's vibes. I don't know. So I'm ready to go to a new place that's just not El Need. Now, this is kind of weird because this was such a big part of people's wants was this area. If you don't know why, I mean, literally everyone that plays this game knows why, is that this fucking gives you the extra 3 points, right? That you need so that you can get your final node while playing under 1680, right? At this point, do you really need it? I mean, not like you needed it before for the fun factor, right? Like this is the blood map, this is the blood claw map that you were needing, whatever the fuck it was, but do you actually really need it now? Probably less than you wanted it before. Still, I think it's nice to have. It is what it is, right? It is damaged, but
elders, and their successors have continued to protect Rhymeria ever since. However, with Kazaros' resurrection, countless small and large rifts have begun to appear across Rhymeria, and the Fallen now whisper of an unknown paradise.
Elixir, yeah.
At the heart of it all stands Nar's Door, built long ago by the Elders. Through the cracks of its ancient seal, the nightmares of the past.
Does Rhymeria have a
threaten to
city?
return
I believe
once more.
so.
You're
It's a
gonna have
nice
to
looking area
find
for sure.
Shandy and join forces with Rhymeria's elders if you want to halt Kazaros' growing powers. Rhymeria is going to continue that main story quest, and like all continent releases,
It's
we're
a
gonna
nice
have
looking
new
city for sure.
Adventurer's Tome, rapport NPCs, side quests, collections, achievements, and of course new rewards to earn. So should be a pretty fun moment, you know, the next chapter in Lost Ark story.
And it's also just stricken with tragedy, but it is a beautiful continent.
Yeah, it's really
going to be
cool.
really cool
Yeah.
to explore that. And it's the perfect place to take your new wild soul. Why not, you know?
Exactly.
All right, so along with that, you're going to unlock a bunch of new content for you to play through. All of this is going to require item level 1700, so it's getting up there. We're going to have the next chapter in the Curzon front, so you'll be able to get T4 ancient accessories as well as the next cube.
Why this is Yo, I can't. I can't. Bro, I can't, bro. This shit is just such a good emote, though. It is just, at least going to war for us, guys. It's just such a good fucking emote. It's just so good. Actually, so good. He looks tired as hell. I mean, shit, he might have just got back from Korea. I don't know. You know? He might not be getting that sleep. He might have been out partying last night. Who knows? He might not be out there being partying and shit. You know what I mean?
With that said, we'll have obviously the next cube available, so all the sources of earning those tickets are going to come out in parallel, such as Stronghold Dispatch mission.
Wait, there's a new cube? I haven't even done my last cubes, man. I hate cubes, guys. Can we get the 3Xers? How many cubes do you guys have? How many tickets do you guys have? Honestly, I don't have that many anymore because I did 150 of them that one time, but 90, 150, 0. You'd be hitting those things, bro. I think I have like maybe 30 or 40 again.
Missions, the guild bloodstones, etc. And we're gonna have a new guardian raid called Drextalis, which is a cool aesthetic creature that's covered in some blue flames, so it's pretty cool to look at. Defeating that boss is going to provide the opportunity for ancient bracelets, new cards, and a card set that's coming alongside of it.
Oh, cool.
We'll have a new level of chaos gates with the chance of obtaining a relic book, if the rare boss spawns, of course. And then lastly,
That's
with all the
right.
adjustments, the Fate Embers are actually being updated to include opportunities to get relic books.
That's
so you'll have, you know, random chance for a relic or just
That's
a
good,
selection
though.
chest.
Yeah, super excited. I know players are going to be super excited for that too.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So after spending some time aiding Rhymeria, Signs of Armin are going to
Let's be real, Rocks. The only thing that we're going to be excited for is like at events. Rocks, what we're going to be excited for is events, new raids, class launches. No one's getting excited about some of this nonsense. I mean, maybe there's some guy out there, like, right? You know, when you watch these things and you're just sitting back, like, no one, like, I mean, they have to know shit too. I mean, I'm down for the relic book drop raids, but you know, when they're like, yeah, we're releasing some new card sets, I know they're going to be super excited about that. Nobody's excited about that. Who the fuck is excited about? You know, do you guys think there's somebody out there that is excited for new card sets? Like a collection, Andy? Dude, I thought about this the other day, and I know this sounds fried. Not me, motherfuckers. What if you could loot shiny cards, guys? What if in Lost Ark there's holographic cards? You know what I mean? Shiny cards. You get like a fucking Lutera and it's shiny, it's hollow. Yo, I'm on to something now. PSA 9 NINEVEH. No, guys, the shiny cards, no extra value. Doesn't do anything. It's just you can get one when you open a pack. It is the same thing. It's just a holographic one. What if there's first editions? Like, what if you had a full LOS holographic 30, guys? All first ed. Hey, like, imagine Lutera shiny as shit. And then there was like that one thing, you know, on Throne and Liberty, when you were trying to interact with an object, you could rotate it. You could rotate your card left and right, and then it could shine. You know what I'm talking about, guys? Bro, check it out though, guys. Oh shit, NINEVEH with big old bow. Yo, I mean, hey guys, it's just an idea. Make them sellable as well on Steam Market. Wait a minute, guys. Even bigger brain idea. Now, let's make them sellable on Steam Market. And now you guys become millionaires. Millionaires. Some Maple Story shit, some CSGO shit, guys.
Kazaros Raid Act 3 Prelude will kick off, and it's going to be time for you to get ready to bring the fight to Kazaros' lines. The Kazaros Raid Act 3 is going to launch in early June, 2 weeks after the May update, so we'll talk more about that shortly.
All right, so May, you've been talking about all that stuff. May is not just about tragedy and threats. We're also going to be releasing a new set of K-pop themed skins, which they look.
You know what's cool about these K-pop themed sets though is that they're playing instruments. Oh wait, we can't do that. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Why is that not in the game? I know some of you guys don't care about that shit, but like, why is it not in the game? Useless. I get that some of you guys don't care about having fun in video games. I understand that's a weird concept to Lost Ark players. I totally understand. Doing things for fun in the game. I know it's weird. Hey, I know. For fun raids, re-entering raids is a weird concept, but like, can we just fucking have some things that are just memey? I don't give a shit, just anything. Just anything. I just want some for fun shit. Is this crazy? I'm wondering if they don't add the style book because they're worried of what people are going to make and put in the style book, and it's an Amazon thing. That's my personal opinion. I don't know if it's true. Maybe it's API related, but I feel like they're just worried that like someone's going to make some fucked up shit in the style book and there's going to be the thing there. But it'd be great if we had it. I think it's both. Maybe it's the API.
Really cool.
Yeah.
These skins are fun, fashionable, and if you've ever wanted your character to feel like an idol, now's the time to do it.
I love those skins.
Do we like these skins? Actually, they're not the worst. They're not the worst.
I love those skins.
we
I
go.
think they're
They
super
look
cute.
really good.
Yeah, you're gonna throw those on the characters, Matt? Yeah.
You're not throwing them on, Matt. You lying. Your character, you're wearing the Belshazzar horns, Matt. Don't be lying out here. You're wearing the Belshazzar horns. You're opening up your character and you got some Belshazzar horns on your shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fucking fact.
Kazaros.
100%.
Yeah,
The fun headpiece.
Oh yeah.
I love that. I guess with that, let's get into June though.
We're halfway through the video for June.
Yeah,
What?
so like Rox mentioned a second ago, we're going to have kind of two updates in June. There's the raid coming 2 weeks after the continent and the May update, so early June. Then we're going to have another June update later on. But first up, let's talk about that raid that's coming at the beginning of June.
Okay, here we go.
In early June, the heroes of Arcadia are going to make a move to take control in the all-out war against Kazaros in the Act 3 Kazaros raid. This is going to be an 8-player raid offering both normal and hard difficulty at launch, and each difficulty consists of 3 gates, with the normal mode accessible at item level 1680 and hard mode at 1700. So we're going to have the Frontier
Unreal
mode coming
Engine
back.
3.
It's going to be applied to the raid to help make it a bit easier over time, like what we did with Belshazzar. In this raid, you're going to find yourself once again face-to-face with Thamine in an epic rematch for Gate 1, followed by fights against the Chaos Guardian Nitrea, and finally, the final boss is Mordum the Abyssal Punisher. He kind of poses a great threat and looks like a really interesting fight. To defeat these enemies, you're going to need to use new Allied Forces skills, getting help from a number of familiar faces in each gate. You'll see some familiar favorites like Thyrane, Nineveh, and some new ones like Mari and even Carmine. I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. So completing the raid is going to yield materials essential.
Wait, what was that edit?
Nineveh and some new ones like Mari.
Bastion. What is this edit? I mean, I fuck with it though.
Even Carmine. I guess desperate times call
What's
for
up,
desperate
Nelson?
measures. So completing the raid is going to yield materials essential for the new advanced honing stages 3 and 4. Completing the normal difficulty will reward you with Thundercrack horns for tempering, for advanced honing tempering stage 3, while hard mode provides Thunder Orbs, which can be used for stages 3 and 4. Just like the advanced honing stages 1 and 2, fully completing each stage.
Bro, there was somebody on the Reddit thread that was complaining that advanced honing stages 30 through 40 or whatever it is. I don't know what is it, guys? The last stages are coming through hard mode. And then Dunking was in the comments. He's like, yep, gating more progression behind a hard mode. And then Dunking in the comments said, yeah, bro, but if you're using that stage of advanced honing, you would be at the hard mode item level. And then the guy didn't understand what Dunking was saying, and then Dunking got downvoted. He's literally explaining to you that if you were he was telling him, like, bro, if you were there, you would be doing hard mode. And then the guy just didn't understand. I was just like, bro, I read it. I saw the thing and I'm like, wait, what? Yep. Logic Eagle downvoted. Yep. That's how it goes over there.
We'll add 10 item levels. So when you do 3 and 4, it's going to raise your overall eye level by 20.
I wonder how tough it'll be. Yeah.
Additionally, clearing hard mode.
It might be
is gonna have a
difficult. We'll see
chance
though.
to give you relic or engraving books and the new special raid cosmetic, which is a wing type mount. And then there'll be, you know, normal loot auction stuff, all the accessories, honing materials, gold that come with all the raids.
Those mounts, the wing mounts, are really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's gonna go.
They look awesome. I love all of the like raid stuff. I also think it's kind of fun that they've, you know, they're now in the auction at the end of the raid because
Yeah.
you see them a bit more often, and also like if you already have it, then you might get like a fun payout. I got really lucky getting my Brell.
You always get lucky. You always get lucky. You always get lucky. This guy always gets lucky. This guy has the most seeded account in the entire game, and he works at the company. This guy always gets lucky. Everything's about, he always gets lucky, bro. He always gets lucky.
Leon.
I'm shocked you got really lucky.
Wow,
in
yeah.
the
No,
game, Henry.
imagine that. Yeah.
Crazy. No, but yeah, it will be super nice, and I know.
Hopefully you get
players
them
are
done,
always
Marillion,
kind
with
of
an
chasing
update.
those, so that'll be super fun to see those. And after that comes out, we're gonna slide into part 2 of the June update. Of course, after you face off against Mortem and successfully clear the Act 3 Kazuros raid, you're going to have a post-loot quest, which will help round out this piece of story and get you starting to think about what's coming next. We might be bringing the battle to Kazuros' front lines, but doesn't mean he's going to fall so easily.
All right, so alongside the post-loot quest that Rox just talked about, we're actually going to be introducing the new Western exclusive skin.
What is the... Oh. It better be fire. Look, man, there's no one we missed 2 times in a row. Listen, I want everyone to go, Matt's face in that. Guys, there's no way we miss it. I want you guys to go into this Western exclusive skin as objective as possible. Okay? I want us to be as fair as possible, right? We got to go into this as objective as possible, but I'm worried, bro. I love how it says that. Introducing the new Western exclusive skins, and then you got Matt doing this right now. Like, look at this line and look at this face. Please, bro. Please.
So these skins are inspired by ancient deserts. They're still in development as we speak.
Ancient
deserts. I don't want to
deserts.
reveal too much, but yeah, they're looking really good. There's a variety of looks with some really awesome headpieces for some.
Are we going to some Habibi shit? Is that about to pop out right now? Are we about to pop out some Habibi shit? Interesting headpieces. Awesome head. Are we just going loggers up in this motherfucker, bro? Yo, are we doing some like Yugi shit, like some Pharaoh shit? I'm down for some Pharaoh shit. What's happening? Definitely in the Anubis head.
So the matching mount is also inspired by Horus and is a fit for a hero. The pet takes the form of a cute desert lizard. And
Horus. Wait, guys, what the fuck is Horus? Why is this Western exclusive? I was gonna do some Birdman shit. Guys, why? This is just, okay, I don't know. Some Azir shit? Search Horus for Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, dude, I actually remember this card. Wait, what? I remember these. So we're doing some Birdman shit. Egyptian gods are awesome. Listen, bro, I'm all for it.
a great sidekick for any adventurer.
Yeah, I'm like a really big fan of the concept art. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really
They put a
excited.
lot of-
In before your breaker will look like this. Fuck! Please don't miss. Here's what I don't understand. If you're gonna do Western exclusive skins, why can't we just vote in advance? Even if it takes a fucking year to make them. Like, why are we doing Horus? Whose idea was Horus, right? Like, whose idea was Horus? I'm not saying it won't look good. I told you guys objective, but why? I mean, you like Horus because your name is Horus. We need Western skin contests. I mean, that's probably a lot. I'm just saying, at least at the bare minimum, hey guys, what theme do you want us to go for? Vote, on these 5 things. All right, we'll see what happens though.
Time into it. It looks great.
I love some of those like glowing elements coming off of the concept art. Really
Wait,
excited
where's
to
the
see, like, how
where's
that
the
looks in
concept
game.
art?
Yeah,
coming
I'm
off.
really
They
excited.
put a lot of time into it. It looks great.
I love some of those like glowing elements coming off of the concept art. Really excited to see like how that looks in game.
Yeah, the mount is just like absolutely killer. I think it's gonna be one of my favorite mounts in the game.
I believe the mount will probably look good.
It's really cool.
I believe the mount
So
looks
these
quite
next
good.
few months of content are just heating things up before we head into summer. You know, Mortem's going to be a great challenge for our players. And of course, we'll have more exciting content coming later in the season too. We're going to save some of those big reveals for our next roadmap. So we hope you'll support us and our...
No, we hope you DPS us. We hope you do big damn. Don't say that, please, bro. Please don't say that. Please, bro. Please. Listen, it is a W at the end of the day. If we can get a class launch in the summertime, very close after Korea, that's great. I just hope it's not only support us, you know? You know that shit's gonna be mid DPS spec at best. I'm just saying, guys, if you're Smilegate, do you want to make money? Yes or no, guys? We're talking about Smilegate here, guys. Do they want to make money? They do, right? And I'm thinking there's no way you don't use this opportunity to make this class concept do damage. There's just no way, man. They want to milk, right? We all agree that. They want to make a lot of money. It's Smilegate. I feel like this was all part of an elaborate plan, guys. Why does Paladin have a unique synergy in the game? It's all, why does Paladin have like the most, you know, unique DPS oriented thing? I mean, guys, listen, it's all part of an elaborate plan. Then why was Paladin not a DPS that class baited most of 1 million players on launch? Because at that time, Paladin wasn't a DPS, right? But now I think when they're releasing a female version of it, this is an opportunity for Smilegate to make the max amount of moolah. It really is, bro. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. This is the biggest cash in ever, guys. It is. You know, it was a DPS, brother. They nerfed it. In my entire time playing the game, Paladin DPS was never good. In my entire time playing the game, it was never a thing. It was always just a support. They had that one guy go bring Saint. In my entire time, me bringing in Saint does not change my experience of the game. In my now it's good, sir. It's good. What's Bro Shaza? How good is Paladin DPS? It is not bad, guys. What are we saying? It's not bad. What? It's not bad. Okay, like, what the fuck are we saying right now? It's not bad. Bro Shaza pumps. Bro Shaza's character is worth $10,000, guys. What do we see? He's got a 25 weapon, level 10 gems. He's 1725. Like, of course, I hope he does some damage. It's higher than ESO and Control. I'm just going to say, man, saying, cats, come on now. Just saying that DPS Paladin is higher than Control, I don't think is saying a lot. It's not that crazy, guys. You know? It's not that crazy. But like I said, I just have a hard time believing they won't use this, because the people that want to play as support are going to play it as a support. But I have a hard time believing they won't make the class do decent amount of damage for sure, you know?
Occasions later this summer. Maybe even support us with like a big sword and a holy aura.
Maybe.
Seems good.
We'll see in the next roadmap.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for joining us.
What are we thinking, guys? Are we thinking August? Yeah, I know they said that exactly what Eve said, right? They said that it was going to be a decent DPS to make it so that there wasn't, because last time when the support came, what Eve said is true. That's what happened. July, August, September. What do you think? I don't think September. I think September people go back to school. August? Dude, you know what's weird though? Okay, how many of you guys want a global class release? On this one in particular, okay, right. So you're saying +1, right? For this one, though, I would wait for myself. I know that sounds crazy, but I would just, because I need to see what this thing does. So I really don't, you know what I mean? For me personally on this one of all, I'm nervous. They should do it. It'd be dope. But I think I would actually just wait, because I don't want to make it. And I'm like, because if this thing does good damage, guys, I'm main swapping 100%. This is it. I'm main swapping 100%. I'm fusing my gems and I'm going full on in. If this thing does decent damage, it's 100% my main swap. I'm gonna be a female Paladin main. That's it. Because this is what I've been wanting in the game since I started playing. A magical warrior that does damage. And it's got boobs too. It's Biss. Sidereal weapon? I'm never putting that in the money in the game. Fuck that. Absolutely not. 25, sure. Sidereal weapon? Absolutely not. That just sounds despair. But I will get a 25 weapon on it. I would do it 100%. It'd be huge. You're going to drop her like Slayer. I would play Slayer. If now here's the other thing. If this thing does no damage, I'm going to make a Slayer. If this thing does no damage, I'm going to make a Slayer with the balance patch. But I need to see if it does damage, which would be in June. This June, we'll find out. Damn, you know what sucks is we don't have Zeals to do the testing for me this time. So now I'm relying purely on Saint to spend his money. So then I can see if I should spend my money. That's pretty much it. Because that's what it's been, right? I watch them spend their money and I go, yeah, this thing's broken. So now I need somebody else to spend money. Zeal said he has to focus on his physical health. I'm not adding MDD, man. What is this gift? 10 Fions. You want to know what my cope is, by the way, guys? This is them testing to see if a code works for everyone, guys. The next code, guys, is Loa on Summer 2025. That's the next code, guys. That is the next code. Yep. It'll show on the screen. This is them testing to see if a global code works, guys.